Yo, you're listening to All Elite Podcast. Boom.
And it is the worst podcast ever. We lied. Ow!
This is Isaiah Cassidy. I'm Mark Quinn. We're Private Podcast.
This is the All Elite Podcast.
You're listening to the All Elite Podcast.
Which happens to be the worst podcast I've ever been on. SCU!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the All Elite Podcast right here on the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all wrestling podcast content and more. I'm your host, as always, of the All Elite Podcast, your self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and I'm always joined by my co-host. She's the Executive Vice President of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, the Queen of the Indies herself, Tiffany.
Woo!
Woo!
Okay, so we're gonna test everything out. So let us know. Because Kyle's doing it on his end today.
Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're doing Zoom? Is that what
we're doing? Zoom, zoom,
we're,
zoom.
We're zooming. We're hip. We're with the crowd.
Oh,
everyone's
man.
zooming nowadays. That's what we're doing. We want to be hip.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Ain't that right, Gangster G?
Oh, what? What the heck?
Isn't that what the kids say nowadays still?
Kids, I don't know. I'm old, so I don't even know. I'm the wrong person to ask. Seriously.
We're trying to be hip here, you know.
Okay, I'm old. So.
You know what? Kilroy called me out on Twitter.
He did.
About audio issues. I hope I get them right this week. Just for you, Kilroy. I hope I get these right.
I hope so too, because yeah.
But guys, welcome to the All Elite Podcast. As you know, if you're regular fans, where myself and Tiff talk about what's going on at AEW World, give you some AEW Dynamite recaps. If you're new, welcome. Myself and Tiff give you guys a positive and fun outtake here on All Elite Podcast. Try to keep things fun, fresh, and hip. Like I just did with that intro. Aren't I hip, guys?
Oh, Lord, help me. Help! It's corny!
Right, I've gotten Kilroy's seal of approval in the chat.
All right,
so
cool. Then we're good.
I'm good.
So we're solid. That's all that matters.
as long as I don't mute anything like advertisements. And speaking of advertisements, speaking of, guys, right here on the No Holds Barred Network, we are happily to be proudly sponsored by an awesome TV network called Power Slam TV. And don't let me explain it. Let's let them explain what Power Slam TV is all about. Check it out.
Are you looking for the newest and hottest in the world of pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 6,000 hours of the best events from over 150 of your favorite promotions from 20 different countries around the globe. Brands like Progress Wrestling, Evolve Wrestling, Combat Zone, Defy, PCW Ultra, PWX, Over the Top, Shine, and hundreds of others with fresh content added every day for only $5.99 per month. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
That's right, guys. We are sponsored by Powerslam TV right here on the No Holds Barred Network. An awesome way to watch some really cool independent wrestling out there, and ones you might not maybe know about, but there's a lot of cool companies on there. I've checked it out. There's Progress, there's Evolve, there's a lot of cool looking ones on there. I used it for the first time last week to watch a couple of matches for when I joined Tiff on Indie Twux, and it was awesome, guys. So go check it out, and guess what? Just for you fans out there, all you have to do is enter in the code NOHOLDSFREE, that is NOHOLDSFREE, HOLDSFREE, and you will get your first month for free. That's right. On us. Right here at the No Holds Barred Network, you'll get your first month free. Just use that code.
It's great. It's got good stuff. So
It's got good
definitely
shit.
got to do another indie talks about it. So
Yeah, you
I'm
got to
gonna
do
be
another
checking out
indie
that.
talks.
Yes. Because
Indie
it's awesome.
talks about it.
Yes.
Yes.
Woo. All right, let's talk about some Dynamite.
Whoa.
I'm excited, man.
That was that was explosive.
Oh,
I'm excited. Yeah, Dynamite. We sure got some progression in storylines. We got Double or Nothing matches added, and it's just they're doing such a good job for what they have to build this pay-per-view and the time that they have. They've been doing a very good job, and it's another jam-packed episode of Dynamite this week. I remember messaging Tiff. I was telling her, I was like, I'm just at some points I'm just so overwhelmed because of everything they announce in the show, and it's so overwhelming because everything they announce is like you're excited for. It's not like they announce something you're like, man, I can skip that next week.
Right.
Everything they announce is like, oh, I want to watch that. Oh, I want to see that. Oh my god, I can't believe that's happening. Oh my god, that's happening next week. Oh my god, at Double or Nothing we're gonna have this. Like it's just like overwhelming sensation of excitement with this company, and it's good. It's had a lot of positive feedback the last 2 weeks with these two episodes that were live, so it was awesome. We had the crowd that they have there was a little bit louder this week, especially the one woman you can hear throughout the whole show. She's like, "Wah!" Like through the whole show. Like she must have had no voice after that. Sean Spears was loud at ringside again. This week he had he had a drawing board, and he had 2 wooden blocks that he's clapping together.
I know. It was crazy. It just all the things that was going on, a lot was just going on, period. Like it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, it's been a good week for AEW. And then Dark this week was huge. They had basically like a AEW Dark pay-per-view that had about 9 matches total. For Dark this week, and there were a lot of good matches on there. There was Havoc and Luther that kind of had like their own hardcore match. Our boy Private Parties were back, and they had a match. There's a lot of good-looking matches on there. I mean, Cole Cabana had a match. There were some good matches this week. Danny Jordan was in a match, I believe, with Chris Statlander. So It was a really good episode of Dark this week. Very good episode.
It was exciting. I was in Queen of NE's chat.
Oh,
She was doing Dark. She was doing a watch along. So good stuff.
it's good shit. And they announced again next week is gonna get even better. I didn't get all the graphics because it was so tough to get all the graphics for next week. But the ones that I got here for you guys, this match is gonna be huge. I think Tiff's gonna go nuts for this match.
Yes.
Ray Phoenix is going 1-on-1 with Orange Cassidy, as we now found out that both these guys are going to be in the Double or Nothing ladder match. So these guys are going to go 1-on-1 before in the Go Home show for Double or Nothing. So this is sure to be an interesting match, man. I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah.
There's going to be an interesting interview next week. Face to face, Jake Roberts will sit down with Arn Anderson. So Lance Archer and Cody Rhodes' valet managers are going to sit down face to face. This one's going to be interesting to see these two old minds in the business sit down and talk about their kind of, their representatives. So I'm interested with this one. Very interested to see what's being said. And we've seen how vocal Jake Roberts could be the last couple of weeks. So I'm very intrigued about this. Also next week, we got John Moxley. He's facing off against 10 from the Dark Order. Basically, Brody Lee's like, main guy. His main creeper, if we can put it in that aspect. So I'm intrigued. The guy's got a good physique. Like the guy looks like he's gonna be, he's like a super juiced creeper. Like all the other creepers are kind of like mangly and get thrown around a lot. This guy is like the muscle behind it. So I'm interested to see about this one. And we know that Brody Lee has stolen the AEW title. So that's the storyline they're doing. They're doing Brody Lee stealing the title and keeping it. I don't know if Moxley's going to get it before the pay-per-view or if he's not going to get it back until the pay-per-view. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that match in particular, because I still don't know how that match is going to go down.
Right.
So
I guess we'll say. I think our YouTube went down.
our YouTube went down.
Yeah, because I
On
can't.
my end, it says we're green. We're good. So it might be just... if you guys are in the YouTube chat, let us know if you can still see us.
Because I can't get in it. I got knocked out.
Oh. It might be just because mine's showing green. We're live. People are on the go. It's like, come on, talk about AEW. I think we're okay.
This
I
is
think.
weird. All right. Okay. It's the website. Okay. No, like people are messaging me on the site because it's like weird. Like I can't even like get into it. So now I can't even see the chat. So and then I know some people have joined us on Facebook as well. So that's why I'm just saying if there's an issue, then
Here's a tissue.
He's corny today. What the hell? Like
I think we're okay.
all right.
Well,
So
I think we're good, Tiff.
okay.
I
don't
think.
know. I can't get on. So Brad said that it crashed. So
It did.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why is it showing me we're good on my end? Why is it?
I can't even see the chat. It's crazy. So I'm sorry. Like
I mean, it should be recording still. Did we keep going?
I don't know.
What is happening?
The joy of podcasting, man. Like
Oh, you know what's weird is I'm on my app on YouTube and I actually can't even get into YouTube. And
That's what I'm saying.
I think YouTube has crashed in general.
yeah, I think it completely crashed. So but you're recording, right? So
Well, I didn't hit record on OBS. But YouTube is saying it's still recording.
yeah, hit record now. Hit it now.
So I've hit it now, and then let's just say that I've taken it and split it, and now this is part 2. This is the split. All right, guys. So hi, welcome to the split version. What I was talking about was the whole Brody Lee and John Moxley situation. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. So yeah, do it. If it's cutting in and out, guys, I don't know what's going on. I think YouTube completely kapooted. So we're going to keep going here as we are recording offline. If it comes back, maybe we'll jump back in YouTube because it says we're still going. Maybe eventually we'll jump back on the air. It is what it is when that happens.
Yeah.
But anyways, as for the championship, it's going to be at Double or Nothing. And Double or Nothing looks like it's going to be very good. They've announced some matches, which, we're going to go into right now. We're going to talk about the announced matches, and we have to talk about Double or Nothing before we go anywhere farther into Dynamite. So,
Right.
Tiff, first match they announced, and we got confirmation this week on Dynamite, is Nyla Rose is going to face Hikaru Shida for the championship. Finally, our girl Shida getting a title match.
I love it.
The one that she deserves.
She totally does.
And she's going to face Nyla Rose, and I think we're finally going to get a changing of the hands here with the belt. I think Shida's going to win, and it's going to be well-deserved, and I predicted this match is going to be very intense, as we saw what happened on Dynamite with this, so I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I'm so glad that whole I mean, we'll get into the 4-way later, but Double or Nothing is so freaking stacked. Like, oh man, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this match. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Oh man. So we have that. Then we have this. This is what I'm looking forward to, is this concept of this casino ladder match for the AEW, for an AEW world title shot. So we got the rules this week. I was waiting for the rules. We got the rules. So right now we have the confirmed participants. They were announcing it on Twitter over the last week. Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, and Rey Fenix. I got 1 out of the 4 so far. And it looks like I'm going to be only getting 1 out of the 4. Maybe, unless Kip Sabian and Wardlow find their way to the match, because Hangman and Kenny Omega are for sure going to be in their match at Double or Nothing.
And then Scorpio Sky got added to this, so I'm so.
Oh, he did.
Excited. Yeah, today it got announced today on the All Elite Wrestling Twitter account. So I'm actually, it's so funny because I think you and I kind of thought like a lot of the, like basics, and like you said, you only got like 1 out of like the 4 or whatever. So I'm kind of glad now we're gonna start seeing some other people in this getting shots.
9.
So
we're getting 9 total people.
It's gonna be freaking crazy.
Well, hold on, maybe because the rules are that the match starts with 2 people, and every 90 seconds someone joins the match. Now, someone could win. They said someone could win the match before all 9 competitors get in the match. So maybe there's 9, maybe there's not, maybe there's only 6, and that's where they'll end the match. Maybe they'll do a storyline with the other 3 that said, oh, I was supposed to be in that match and I never got to go out, something like that. But same kind of deal, kind of if you compare it to like the Money in the Bank ladder match or kind of the ladder match that Impact does. There's gonna be ironically enough, there's gonna be a casino chip above the ring, and whoever grabs the casino, I don't know how big this thing is gonna be. Like when they say casino chip, I'm in my head for some reason I'm picturing like a tiny casino chip tied to a string hung up way at the top, but obviously not. It's gonna be a big size one.
Oh my god! Do you think they'll be selling that on like the pro wrestling tees though? Like this big chip, they could really like market this, right? Like I would want that for the shrine. And then like imagine like later when like fans get to actually watch this and go like to Starcast and stuff if that comes back to go get that sign, because Kyle, like I would like something like that. I would think is really cool.
Now the one thing too is, are they going to be carrying this coin or this chip around for like the later weeks into AEW? Like, is this going to be like a Money in the Bank briefcase kind of deal where they're going to hold on to this chip, they're going to go to the ring with it when they go through matches? Like, I'm curious to see what they do and what kind of gimmick they pull with that casino chip, and it's going to be fun to see it hanging above the ring at Double or Nothing. So I'm loving the concept of this. It's kind of like a play on the casino battle royal that they had last year, and turning it into a ladder match is amazing. So I can't wait for this.
I mean, just the 5 people that are announced right now is exciting. I'm excited. Yeah,
so your boy Darby's in there. Orange Cassidy.
This is gonna be the most craziest match, and like I am already stressing out our prediction show. Okay, I'm just letting you know now. Okay, and I'm sure like we're gonna put a fan tweet out, and we want to know what your predictions are. And I'm sitting here scratching my head with like a lot of them, but I can't get over how stacked this stuff is. Right? Yeah. Everybody was worried, right? Oh, it's not gonna be a couple of weeks to build up this pay-per-view. I felt like yesterday was kind of like a go home show, right? Yeah. But like I haven't been so stoked for like this pay-per-view. Like I was already excited. It didn't matter.
Which next week is going to be our predictions, guys. Next week, it's not a regular AEP next week. Just like every pay-per-view, the AEP leading up to the pay-per-view is always the prediction show. So next week, guys, Double or Nothing predictions. Can't wait for that. But yeah, that ladder match is exciting. And your boy Colt Cabana's in there too. I can't believe you didn't mention anything about him. Like he's potentially to win there, Tiff. I expect you to be very excited about him.
Okay. So.
Ray Phoenix is a cool one too.
You know what? I don't know who I'm rooting for alone, just from these men that are in there. Like, of course, you guys know I love Darby Allin, right? But as much as like he's such a fan favorite, and I can definitely see him with the title, not now, like later. I know it's for a title shot, but I'm just saying, like I'm thinking concept wise, but just think like if Moxley retains, like can we please have him with Scorpio Sky? Right. Like that alone, that match, like any person in this predicament, like I can't wait to see if Moxley retains, what the possibility of what we're gonna get. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. So oh man.
So before we go on, I'm just gonna say though, Tiff, I'm looking on Twitter. It says we're still going on Twitter.
Okay.
Like the video feed on Twitter is still going. It might be just YouTube. So thank God for Restream.
Yeah. So, but
I've hit record, so we're.
Yeah, everybody. I've gotten a bunch of messages from you. I love you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. But like people are messaging me. They're like, "You're live," and like some people it's not working for. So.
Anyways, or anywho, Double or Nothing, another match. We already knew about this match, but the interesting thing about this now is if they've added a celebrity to this. Yeah. So Cody versus Lance Archer for the TNT Championship was already supposed to happen. So now we find out this, that Iron Mike Tyson is going to present the championship. And I'm like, okay. So I'm assuming this was already supposed to happen because this was supposed to be in Vegas.
Right.
And Mike Tyson goes hand in hand with Vegas, obviously with his history and with like the Hangover with him. I don't know if they were gonna do something like Hangover related with him as well, maybe like a vignette or something. Mm-hmm. But he's presenting the TNT Championship at Double or Nothing. This is huge. This is huge publicity for AEW. Mike Tyson has been making the rounds in social media lately with his boxing training videos. Like, this guy has been going nuts, and he's in the best shape of his life. So it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, is Mike Tyson going to punch someone out? Is he going to, what if, like, Jake Robert paid him off to punch Cody in the face after he presents him the title? Who knows? Like,
there's a lot going on with this. I mean, I heard rumors that he's training to be a wrestler. Like, there's so many rumors going on with
it was Sting.
So,
someone told me, I thought I seen like Sting was going to present the championship because of all what him and Cody been tweeting about. And I'm like, I think they're baiting.
Of course they're baiting. This goes back to the whole thing with CM Punk back then, right? With All Out, right? That was like the whole bill. Oh, CM Punk's coming. CM Punk in Chicago and everything. Like, of course they're baiting or whatever. But
CM Punk showing up would be cool. But Sting, like, the guy can't wrestle though. He got like killed by your boy Seth Rollins. So I don't think he can wrestle. He can appear maybe as a manager, maybe, but Sting's not a manager guy. Like, his character is not manager. If he was managing anybody, he'd be non-paint Sting.
But let's think about this as well, right? We've had other wrestlers present, like Hall of Famers present. Yeah,
Brett. I think that's
that
why.
Doesn't
Bret
mean
Hart, right?
that doesn't mean that they're gonna completely join AEW. Like, that's what I always like tell everybody. Like, hold up, like, just because they may be making appearance, it might just be that, like, So,
okay.
Like you said, with the fact that it was in Vegas, this was probably already planned.
Maybe Sting's gonna be like we don't know. Maybe Sting will be like a backstage guy or like a wrestling mind behind the scenes that can give his opinions on things. Like it's like the WWE. WWE has like millions of people behind the scenes, like legends that attribute to creative and stuff. So who knows?
Right.
This is an interesting match. We knew about it already. MJF is facing Jungleboy. 1-on-1. This was announced last week, so I'm very intrigued by this match. Like, it's a very odd put together match, but we've got some furtheration with this because he attacked Jungleboy this week, and he's gonna face Marco Stunt next week, who I don't even know if is still alive after what happened to him this week with Wardlow.
Storytelling, man. Good storytelling.
It's just an interesting match with these two going at it.
It's gonna be good. I know that. This is gonna be a great match.
Those two
boy's so good though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. These two are very good at what they do in their own specific style. So this is a kind of like a styles clash, pun intended, kind of match here. Another match that they added, just a regular women's match, which I'm very okay with. So we're getting another women's match added to the pay-per-view, which is good. We've been kind of advocating for that. Brubaker, DMD, will be going one-on-one with Chris Statlander. So, interesting.
No, not really, because like we got this story, right? Like yesterday, right? Yeah. At least like it was so funny because I had said this yesterday. I was like, watch them turn this into, a match at what's it called? Double or Nothing, right? But a lot of people are like, oh, there isn't enough women's matches. There isn't enough women's match. So I'm kind of glad that they did add another women's match to Double or Nothing and just not for the title, right? Mm-hmm. This is what a lot of people keep saying. Oh, whatever with the women's division. However you feel about it, it's like it can never make anybody happy. But I'm stoked for this. Like, yesterday made me so stoked for these two matches.
We'll get into that. The four women's match to me was a little bit clustered, but now we're getting kind of like separation here, and Baker and Statlander 1-on-1 has the potential to be a very good match. I hope they kind of tighten up a little bit, which we'll get into. But another match, we have to talk about this because Tiff, this is just tearing at Tiff's heartstrings right now because she doesn't. No. I seen her tweet today and go nuts about it. We have to talk about it, Tiff.
Stop.
The buy-in. And that is the pre-show match. The AEW World Tag Team Championship #1 contender match. I've been waiting for one of these. I'm like, hey, we focus on tag team wrestling. When are we going to get a #1 contender? Hello. And we have Private Party taking on the Best Friends.
Stop. Just stop. I was going nuts last night. I was like, no.
I love this graphic. I
Yeah.
love the graphic.
The funny thing is, okay, because I obviously I love Private Party, right? I always talk about it. I was told I'm not allowed to bet against them because they'll kick my ass pretty much.
The buy-in
Like,
betting.
I did. I swear to God, I said to Quinn, I was like, I could never vote against you on our prediction shows. He's like, you better not. And I was like, so I don't want to hear it. I did. I always said that. Those are my boys. I love them to freaking death. Okay. I've been following them, you know, since the independent scene. All right. And then you have best friends. Okay. This first of all, this shouldn't even be on the buy-in. Okay. I'm offended. I feel attacked. I feel offended.
Whoa.
All right.
Whoa.
This is personal now.
Let's calm down.
Passionate about this match, man.
I don't think they were sitting there going, you know what? Let's watch me mess with Tiff. Watch me mess with Tiff. Let's put this in the buy-in.
I feel attacked, man. I feel attacked.
Yeah, Mark Quinn called up Cody. Cody, we gotta mess with Tiff. Put me in a buy-in. Put us in the buy-in.
No,
and
but
put us against best friends. Yeah.
But come on, this is exact. Like I said, this does not belong on the buy-in. I'm sorry, this is too damn good, especially if we're focusing on tag team wrestling, right? That's what AEW was all about, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You have two amazing teams. I am so stoked, and they're playing with my heart. And I don't know who I'm gonna pick next week.
I'm sorry, saying a little NSYNC there, but
I'm done with you.
I'm just saying, this buy-in match is going to give people a reason to buy the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
that's the point of the buy-in.
No, but I feel
they give it away for free, and then people are like, "Wow, if AEW is this damn good, I'm buying the pay-per-view." Smart marketing.
I'm just saying, I feel attacked. So,
by
the way, YouTube is back up, just so you know, guys.
So,
okay, like it's back up. So I love you guys.
We
you
had
know,
a recording.
letting
Who
me
knows
know.
what's going to happen when it's all finalized? We'll see. But yeah, so.
Oh, did you see? I know, like, whatever. We're going all over the place, but I had an interesting theory. Okay.
Do you have an interesting Austin theory?
No. Okay. So.
Wait, wrong company. My bad.
Can you imagine? Just picture this.
Okay.
The buy-in. Okay. Private Party, best friends, right?
Okay.
Private parties, you know, kicking whoever, like Trent or whatever, Chuck, right?
How dare you,
so
Chuck?
Listen. Shh. So all of a sudden you think like, okay, like gin and juice happens, right? All of a sudden the bear jumps in and costs Private Party the match.
Now, is it someone in a bear costume? Like, or is it someone from the crowd throws the bear in the match and they just kind of get freaked out?
That could be it.
Yo, you know what? Orange Cassidy's gonna pull the bear from underneath the ring and throw it in the ring and scare the hell out of him.
It could be like all in, right? With the cowboy boot with Hangman Page, that whole story, but it's the bear. Like, can you imagine? Come on, you know you like my theory.
It's an interesting one. Sounds funny.
Oh man,
I can see it happening. I can see an entertaining aspect to it. They gotta. I mean, again, like I said, it's the buy-in. It's gonna be the match to get people to get excited about the pay-per-view and want to buy the pay-per-view. So, whatever they do with this match, I'm sure they're gonna do a good job. And it's tag team wrestling because that's what they focus on in this company. And they literally have the best tag team division in the world. So we know that these guys are gonna pull off probably one of the matches of the night in the buy-in. So. Pumped. We're pumped for our boys, so we'll see what happens.
Brad said it in the chat, Joey Ryan in a bear suit.
Tough.
I don't see that happening with him in Impact. It would be cool, but I just don't see it happening. But yeah, it's funny. It was just like a funny theory that I was talking about with Charles last night, and I was just dying laughing. Oh man.
So yeah, let's talk about Dynamite.
All right, cool.
Talk about Dynamite and another live edition from Daly's Place. You know what I love though, and he's been doing it for a while now, but I never kind of really brought it up. Tony Khan, how he tweets throughout the show, his excitement for everything. This guy is backstage, like doing all this production work. In the same time that he's doing this, he's tweeting on his account how much appreciation he has for each match and how excited he is for each match. And you can really like feel the emotion through his tweets of how much he loves this company, how much he loves wrestling in general. So I very much appreciate Tony Khan doing what he's doing with his tweets, man. It's one thing I just want to kind of give a little shout out to.
Right. It's good though. He should care about it, and that shows like the passion that he has. So I appreciate that.
We got to talk about Lance Archer and Jake the Snake. Freaking hilarious! Like right off the bat, I love Lance Archer's entrance that he has now with the pyro that hits like right when the countdown's done.
Right.
Perfect. Love his theme song. His theme song's a banger. This week when he comes out throwing someone out of the tunnel this week. Each week this guy comes out, he's doing something where he's just like everybody dies and he just kills somebody. This week he's throwing someone out of the tunnel in his entrance. This guy is an absolute monster. It needs to be stopped. And Jake the Snake came out without a mask this week. Shame on you, Jake the Snake. He cuts promo. He says like, I'll only say sorry to you, Brandy, if you kiss my ass. So his promos have been very dark and very like weird. Right. Even this week saying that he gets off on watching Lance Archer matches or destroying people. I'm like, okay. This is getting twisted. And I know a lot of people love that. I'm just saying my initial thoughts are like, okay then. And Cody breaks this up. Like, it was funny too because he revved his car for a good 30 seconds before they cut to him, and I'm like, Jake the Snake was trying to talk. He's like, "What is that?" And he would start talking. Okay, what is that?
It was like he was doing like commentary in like his own way. It was great.
And then Cody comes barreling in with his Ford GM. I don't remember what it was. Like a Black Ops truck, big giant black truck with a Nightmare logo on the hood. Comes crashing in on the the setup, the little setup gimmick that they had there, and then him and Lance Archer just brawl. They just like kill each other, and then Lance Archer was about to like take Cody's head off, but was held back. Jake held him back, saying, "No, not now. Yeah. Wait." So Cody looking very, very intense as well. Just they're doing their best to try to get you hyped for this feud. So I'm appreciating what they're doing with that. Yeah. So I'm very exciing opening to Dynamite this week. Very exciting. You noticed
that the last couple of weeks it's been Cody opening the show. So like, so it's a really good way to get hyped, and it's just adding to the story, and again, like this is so important, and this is why I love AEW, because you are telling stories and you're getting me to this road of Double or Nothing, and I'm stoked. So I'm really looking forward to this match.
Yeah. Let's talk about your boys though. We kind of briefly talked about them. Your boy best friends. They faced off against Jurassic Express.
Right.
This week. I was so looking forward to this match. This match, I'm like, okay, these two are fun tag teams to watch. They're very good at what they do, and we finally get Jurassic Express all back together again. It's been a long time since we've seen these guys back together again, just due to this pandemic. Best friends have been on TV for weeks together. They've been kind of stuck here like during this pandemic. They're one of the few that stayed. So now we get Jurassic Express back together, which was exciting. I was hoping they would mention stuff about the tail though, which they didn't.
I know. You saw me
upset
tweet that out.
That. Yeah.
I tweeted that out yesterday. I was like, did he ever find his tail? Like,
I'd hope they like pick up on that or give us like a small vignette or something. But, oh
my God,
we have to talk about what happens in the match, and it was at the end. Ray Phoenix just jumped Orange Cassidy out of nowhere and kicked him straight in the face.
Listen, I appreciate all the memes and all the videos. I've seen so many like edits of that, like this morning. I was dying. There was a Mortal Kombat one and I was dead. I was like, stop.
Okay.
So you guys, you guys, like, kudos to you, because I could never do that. I don't even know how to do that stuff, all that technical stuff. That shit was so funny.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, the Liu Kang kick. Seriously, that's why I was dead. I was like, this is great. So,
yeah.
But, I forgot that. I was like, ooh, this just started like the feud of. I was like, okay. I was like, I forgot, but it was like perfect.
So
that cracked me up in the chat. Phoenix wins. Fatality.
Even Orange Cassidy tweeted it's fine, and he retweeted the picture of it.
I love it. I love Orange Cassidy.
But like there are a few mini things that happen again too. Like MJF hopped the barricade to attack Jungleboy to kind of further that storyline. And then Wardlow comes in and just absolutely destroys Marco Stunt. Oh my God, they replayed that. Like he got tossed into that steel barricade hard.
I give Marco Stunt so much
gets
credit
so
for the
ragdolled.
crap he gets. Like the
You
poor
think
guy.
about it, this guy's been ragdolled by like the two big guys for like the last month. The last month.
Since he's joined AEW, let's be real.
Holy moly, man. This guy's literally the stunt dummy.
Yeah.
And then like there's kind of like a tease between like Luchasaurus got in there and scared Wardlow away, and they kind of just had that stare down like, okay, Luchasaurus and Wardlow needs to happen at some point, so let's make that happen. AEW.
For some reason, I feel like Wardlow might be in the ladder match. I could see that happening. Like
maybe Luchasaurus too.
It would be really. I mean, I would personally like it. I don't know. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, who else is gonna be in here? Like, because I think a lot of us are assuming that Shawn Spears, Kip Sabian are definitely gonna.
Now there's 4 spots left to be announced. We don't know if they're going to announce all of them by Double or Nothing, or they're going to leave maybe at least 2 surprise.
Kilroy said Marco is the crash test dummy of AEW.
He is. He is. I'm not kidding. I agree with Kilroy there. Okay.
Done.
Oh
jeez, I can't.
Yeah, poor guy. Guy. Now he's got to face MJF next week, who's just going to absolutely kill him. So
yeah,
this guy just can't cut a break. Let's talk about the women's match. Your girl, oh my God, Penelope Ford. Mm-hmm. We got Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, Chris Statlander. Fatal 4-way match. It was okay.
It had good moments.
There was some spots where I'm like, okay, be careful, please. You do not have to try to show off. Like it's almost like they had to. They were kind of showing off. I'm like, you guys are good. You guys don't need to. You don't need to pull off these crazy moves to kind of get us behind women's wrestling. Like we appreciate what they're doing. There's just some scary spots. I'm like, hey, they really didn't need to do that. And it scared me a little bit. Like Statlander landed on her neck a couple of times. That I'm like, okay, that could have been dangerous.
Yeah.
Anyways, decent match though. We had Penelope Ford got a lot more offense than I've ever seen her get in a match, which was great. Obviously, the story behind this was Shida obviously being at, they mentioned it on commentary, being at number 1 for like 16 weeks or something, whatever it was, something crazy. She's been at the number 1 spot for a while. So her winning this match, I would have assumed that she would have got a title match, and she did. Thank God that they announced it later that she's going to face Nyla Rose for the championship at Double or Nothing. The one thing that happened, though, was crazy because Britt Baker and Statlander ended up on the outside. We kind of didn't see them for a bit while the match was ending, but then they showed
the glove.
Being safe with the glove, being safe. I can appreciate her being safe with her dental glove.
It's the little things, man.
Giving the lockjaw to Statlander. So,
but it was a great story. It got us, like I said, another match.
Yeah, so out of that, we're going to get a match with Statlander. They could do another thing next week as well to maybe do like a vignette or something to kind of further that build as well. Because again, they didn't really have enough time to build this. I'm glad they're doing what they're doing. That's probably why all these shows have been kind of felt gem packed. And then we've seen later on Shida getting interviewed backstage, and
oh my goodness,
Nyla comes in and goes, no, I come in peace. I'm coming on good terms, and I knew you've been looking for something the last couple of weeks, and I think I found it. And she pulls out the kendo stick and just whacks Shida right over the head as hard as she could. The crack from that kendo stick, ow. I found your kendo stick, bitch.
Can we get more? Like, man, can you imagine like a kendo stick match or something? Like,
man, Nyla's been amazing with these promos, man. She's great. Like even remember like pre-pandemic, like she's been doing very good with her promo work. So that you feel the intensity behind it, and It's awesome. It's
I
awesome.
love
loved
it. And
Yeah.
I love, like, I remember like a couple weeks ago, her wife was videoing her at home, and then she's standing in her gear, like watching the television, and she's got the belt, and she's like, I'm watching these bitches or whatever. Like, I'm like, yes. So I love that we get to see some of that stuff on social media as well.
She needs to keep acting like that. I think
it.
she's gonna gain some more popularity if she keeps acting like that. Just ultimate beast badass champion, and just, you know, doesn't take shit from nobody and says it like it is. So
That's right, they did. They made it a no holds barred match. So
they did. That's right. They did.
Right. I forgot. Yeah, I did. I think this was said like today, right? So that definitely seemed.
It was late.
So
it was late in the show.
Yeah.
They announced the match, but then late in the show they said, by the way, it's been turned into a no holds barred match.
Good. So I'm looking forward to that. That match is going to be great. Yeah, that match is going to be a tough prediction because the whole pay-per-view, I'm telling you, is going to be a really tough prediction. So I don't know what we're going to do.
So we got another team back on TV this week. Proud and Powerful made their return. Well, we seen them in the street fight, but we got their first tag team match back in a while on TV. Okay. They faced off against Omega and Matt Hardy, who are a really good team. Like these have been a surprising, really good team. They work well together on some of their moves, and I tweeted out as well. I'm like, how does Hangman feel about this? Since he's kind of tag team champions with Kenny Omega, so it's been interesting. But this is a very good match. I was even messaging Tiff. I'm like, I am actually still ecstatic that LAX chose AEW to come to, and they've been money ever since. They got paired up with the perfect faction. Yeah. They've been showing off how good they are in the ring, and they're very good. Even like Ortiz, I tweeted out, like, this guy is just his selling and all his in-ring work is money. Like it's very good and very entertaining.
Yeah, it's so crazy seeing them in House of Glory back then, and oh my god, like I'm so proud of them. They're, you know, so yeah. But it's so crazy seeing these people in AEW. And I remember being at the House of Glory show when they were like saying their goodbyes, and the whole place started screaming AEW, and like they're like, oh, we might not, you know, we're not going there and everything. So I remember that moment. So it's just really crazy. Like, but it's so great to like see them here and getting the push that they're getting with the Inner Circle.
Yeah, they had a really good match this week with Hardy and Omega. They went over finally though, Omega and Hardy. But very, very, very good match. Again, just proving best tag team division in the world, and producing really good tag team matches on a weekly basis.
There was also videos going on today with Ortiz, and he was even, I think, was it him or was it Santana tweeting it out? It was going all over the place, floating on Twitter and Facebook, and I was cracking up because they were doing the Carlton, the one with Will Smith. And like the music was in the background, and then he's like shaking his body or whatever like that with the tiger claw, and I was dead. I was like, this is such great stuff.
The tiger claw, it's so good. So MJF had a match, and this is interesting. So he faced Lee Johnson, and you know, not only us were upset, but Darren's upset because Lee Johnson uses "Enough Is Enough" as his theme song, and he got a jobbed entrance.
You know.
Yeah, you know what? Let me take that time. You know, AEW, you know, how dare you?
Where's the bell? Where's the shade bell?
God, like, how dare you not have Lee Johnson have "Enough Is Enough" on TV? Even Darren's like, oh, okay, thanks, AEW.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But MJF beat him quick and destroyed him. And cut a promo after. Very good promo. Again, MJF is just money as a heel, and saying that he signed his name to a match next week against Marco Stunt. Like, why does he need to sign his name to a match against Marco Stunt? Like,
I don't know.
He's making a wrecking path on his way to Jungleboy and trying to attack his emotions. So it's smart. Him as a heel attacking and messing with Jungleboy's emotions, and he's going to probably pick apart Marco Stunt next week, so we'll see what happens. And probably to a point where Jungleboy is going to have to crash the ring to try to save him, maybe something after the match. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens with that.
So, yeah, MJF is going to destroy him next week. So
but poor Marco.
Hey, we forgot to talk about the fact that like Sammy came out in the match, but what's it called? I'm gonna say LAX.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he came out with,
I was cracking up.
limped out.
I'm like, stop it! You just uploaded a video
Yeah.
the other day, like, and you're driving the little go-karts with Marco's son. Like, come on, like, but it's so funny.
And then he got killed. Him in that little neck brace. You know,
Yeah.
it was quote unquote injury.
Oh, did you? Because we went because I see we're going to get an order, but we forgot to talk about the Pineapple Pete like vignette that we got. That was sitting there and he was talking trash.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about what we talked about.
Yeah, that was great. Like that just got me.
Don't
more
jump ahead
hyped.
now.
What do you mean it was before? But I'm just saying.
I'm combining it.
All right, we're combining.
We're a mixed pot podcast.
Hot podcast. Okay.
Not like pot like marijuana. Let's.
I
not get
didn't
that
say
confused.
that. I was just like.
The wacky tobacco.
What?
The devil's lettuce.
Okay.
Devil's lettuce.
Okay. So yeah. Pineapple Pete.
Pineapple Pete. Yeah, he had a really, really good vignette. Man, I think there's something with this guy. I know we got squashed by Jericho. It was a very quick match, but I think there's something with I don't know, something I seen in Pineapple Pete, the way he presents himself, the way he did that vignette, the theme song, everything is fitting that this could be a very good character for AEW. And I think they need to invest in Pineapple Pete. This guy needs to be all elite. So as soon as this is all over or as soon as possible, sign this guy.
Yeah, Shug D. Yeah, definitely. I
D,
definitely see it. They definitely need. No, it's fine. Either or. I mean, he's even playing into it now, and he's loving it, and that he's drinking the pineapple and the music and the glasses. So I'm loving this. I mean, shit. If you could put those shirts on the pro wrestling tees, I'm sure that they would sell out.
Yeah.
But he is definitely a fan favorite. I'm behind it. Jericho's behind it.
Jericho's wearing a shirt. He must be a fan. He's
I
wearing
was
a shirt.
fine. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is the most funniest things. It's like that. Like, right? I noticed like a lot of people were talking on Twitter today about it. And I wish we had more of a longer match, but like maybe it could be a feud that continues or something. But
maybe.
Definitely behind Pineapple Pete. Oh, geez.
Pineapple Pete. But most importantly, what came out of this is the promo after that they cut. So we know we couldn't have gone, and you were supposed to get it in New Jersey. We didn't get Blood and Guts. I kind of think that they've probably scrapped that until a later date because of what we're getting now. So the Inner Circle versus the Elite is going to happen. And the Inner Circle has now issued the challenge to the Elite in a match that they now call a stadium stampede match.
I'm so sad. I was supposed to see this at Blood and Guts live.
But now we're getting a different type of match. We're not getting the double ring this deal. We're getting a stadium stampede match. So the empty Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium is going to be used for a match between the Elite and the Inner Circle. And Jericho mentioned that the whole arena is going to be used. I can only imagine what's going to be in the middle of the field. Are they going to make another ring and put it in the middle of the field? I wonder.
That would be fun.
We're basically getting a taste of a giant arena AEW show, but with no fans.
Yeah. Oh, man. I can't wait to see what we're going to get out of this. But
yeah, that's exciting. So we're going to have the Elite versus the Inner Circle. So it'll be the Inner Circle of Jericho, Hager, Proud and Powerful, and Sammy Guevara versus the Young Bucks, I'm assuming. Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, and Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
But Hangman Page has not been seen. I mean, Young Bucks haven't been seen on TV yet, but I'm assuming that the Bucks will either be back next week or at Double or Nothing. I don't know what's going on with Hangman Page. Is he going to maybe supposed to show up for the match? He doesn't show up until the end.
Well, so we still have a BTE coming up, and then we have Dynamite next week before.
So I'm curious to see what happens leading into that.
I think he's not going to show up till Double or Nothing.
Now, did the Young Bucks show up next week?
Yeah, of course they're going to show up. How could you not show up? So if SCU came over to Dynamite, then why wouldn't it? And I understand, like, okay, Nick had a baby, but how can you run like Double or Nothing and have the Young Bucks be there? So I'm pretty sure, they wouldn't have made this announcement if it wasn't going to happen. So. And
so Vanguard 1 comes out of nowhere, and he kind of answers the challenge for the the Elite.
I'm done.
And they say Chris Jericho's talking to him, and you see the thing, "We accept."
Yeah.
And he's got the little Inner Circle shirt, and he said he kind of gave a last chance for Vanguard to join the Inner Circle, and he chooses not to. And he says, "Okay, we actually found your replacement," and he's right here, and he's holding it back. And he's like, "This is Floyd." Oh my God. So Floyd the Baseball Bat is part of the Inner Circle and introduces himself to Vanguard, and they just smash the absolute shit out of Vanguard 1, which I've seen a lot of people tweeting. I think your friend there, Brad, actually pointed out that wasn't the real Vanguard. There's another version, or he's died before.
Yeah, so, he's died before, and he's come back.
And he's gotten destroyed. Like, he got destroyed this week. And then Matt Hardy came out, and he had the most crushed look on his face holding the broken Vanguard. He looked, and the funny thing is they did a photo shoot with it after.
Oh my God, I can't.
They did a 4-picture photo shoot. Like, what?
Why not?
You made this guy get in front of a screen and say, "Matt Hardy, can we just kind of take 4 pictures of you while you're sulking there with Vanguard?"
Yes, why not?
Poor guy. Guy just wants to sulk in peace, man. Leave him alone. Leave Matt Hardy alone.
Oh man, I can't. See, again, this is another way. Like, I could see Floyd bats, like little ones, not big ones. Like, I could see like little ones that you could buy memorabilia on the Pro Wrestling T store, and it would sell out. Like, I would, if I was going to Double or Nothing, I would totally buy it.
Well, hell, they did make merchandise out of anything. Did you see the 2 new Jericho t-shirts they made? Literally made Le Sex God t-shirts, and then they made a t-shirt of the very small part that Jericho had in the street fight where he put the freaking cone on his head and he went he. They made that into a t-shirt. And I'm like, why?
Because people will buy it.
It's just like they make a t-shirt for anything.
Watch, I guarantee you Kyle will wind up buying these damn shirts.
I'm not buying the he t-shirt. Absolutely
Ali, buy him the shirt.
No. I will not wear it. I will not wear it off camera. No, I'm not wearing the he shirt.
See?
No. Anyways, Rehu. Brody Lee faced Christopher Daniels. So this was the main event, interestingly enough. Decent match. I thought it was all right. To me, Christopher Daniels is slowing down a lot in the ring. I don't know if it was just, he hasn't wrestled in a while, but he looked kind of very rusty and very slowish and sluggish. I don't know if that's just me. I thought it was a decent match, though. Brody Lee ended up going over with help from his minions and stuff that were distracting distracting Scorpio Sky and Kazarian. And after the match, he Brody Lee made sure that actually the ring announcer announced him as the self-proclaimed AEW World Champion. So that was interesting. He did it before the match and after, and then it showed Jon Moxley coming out of the crowd, wanting to get his title belt back. Brody Lee goes running. He sends his minions after him. He gets through almost all of them until it's just 10 and Brody Lee, and then they ended up running away. Moxley cuts a promo, a very intense promo on Brody Lee to end the show, basically saying, like, you're not going to be able to walk out of Double or Nothing after I'm done with you. So Moxley is in a pissed off mood.
Good.
My God, this guy he's got a thorn up his ass. Like, he is just not happy right now. And I feel bad for Brody Lee because a pissed off Jon Moxley like this is the last person you want to be in front of.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, man, I can't.
I just can't. But no, Dynamite was hilarious, man. There was like a lot of little things too. Like I brought up, like Sean Spears at ringside. He had a lot of antics. He had a sign that said Nyla Rose dropped the bomb. Like he had a writable sign, and he's like going.
I love it. Like I love it that like Sean Spears is getting more comedic. And then what was it, like MJF is money? There was a sign that
so that sign was hilarious. So it was when MJF was making his entry, he's like, MJF is money, and then he bragged, but he owes me money.
Yeah, and then he's got like $100 bills and stuff in his hand. So I'm loving that. This is what makes it, right? So we can't have fans in the arena, right? But like this is the entertainment. It just makes it more entertaining for
the ringside
me
people.
Yeah. it's just so entertaining. It makes you believe it, and I love that you have the baby faces on one side and the heels on the other side. So I just love it. And then whatever's going on during matches, it's just I feel like that's also how you're building everything up as well.
I mean, Austin Gunn, if anyone caught it, I caught it right away, and I was dying.
My God, yeah.
During the women's match, was wearing Sheeta's jacket. He picked up the jacket and put it on.
Why is him and Billy Gunn not wrestling as a tag team? We were talking about this last night.
Austin Gunn has been the most hyped person at ringside. My God, like every week, he's just absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I don't
know what kind of coffee he's having, but
well, I don't know. We should get him and Billy Gunn into like tag team wrestling right now. I'd be for it. Why not? Why haven't we seen this? Like,
yeah, those two need to be on TV. I'm sure eventually when things get back to normal, we will. But awesome episode of Dynamite. I mean, from everything from we had the promo that started everything off with Cody, the best friends Jurassic Express, the 4-way women's match, which now we have a women's title match and another women's match at Double or Nothing. Proud and Powerful were back, and they are powerful as always. These guys are money in the ring. Yes. MJF showing why he's the best heel in the industry. Pineapple Pete getting a chance at Chris Jericho and showing us that this guy could be money, but then the ultimate thing of the Inner Circle challenging to the Elite into a stadium stampede match. Oh my God, I can't wait to see how that actually plays out. And if it's just as good as what we got with the street fight, oh my God. And then Brody Lee and Christopher Daniels, which now brings me to the question, Tiff, as the matches we do know for Double or Nothing. What match main events Double or Nothing? Because it's tough to tell because they could do any match now because the builds have not been, there hasn't been one build that's been better than the other. Every build's kind of been the same. A lot of people could say that the Stadium Stampede match could end the show. Something big could happen in that match that's end of pay-per-view worthy. They could end the pay-per-view with the Tyson, like the TNT Championship could end the pay-per-view because they're including Mike Tyson. Brody Lee and Moxley could surely end the pay-per-view. They could end the pay-per-view with one of those three matches, but we don't know which one will actually end the pay-per-view.
I mean, I would think it's the Elite versus the Inner Circle. I don't think it's definitely not going to be the TNT Championship belt.
You don't think so? You don't think because Mike Tyson's been added, there's some angle behind that?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I think it's just a match, and I think he's just there to present. I don't think he's there for any other reason. It's just another way to draw people to come into the pay-per-view. That's what I think of it. Everybody might think something else, but that's how I kind of do it. Like, I really feel like how Bret Hart presented the belt. Like, I think this is going to be the same thing, but because he's a name, it's another way to bring people on over. So I
no angle at all. Just no
angle at all. No angle at all. Okay. Absolutely not.
We'll see if your mind changes by next week. We'll see. But they could just stick to the normal route and the traditional route of the world title always closes the show, and that's going to be Brody Lee and Jon Moxley. So who knows? I'm intrigued to see. Dynamite was Dynamite this week. Double or Nothing is just getting built with anticipation with all the matches that they have now. It's about 6 matches, including the buy-in now. Wow, I can't wait.
There's so much. I really do think that it's going to be Inner Circle versus Elite going to be the last. I feel like
something's going to happen in that match.
I feel like okay, we're gonna go with some rumors here. I don't know why, but again, like I always say, this is the nice thing about AEW because I'll say something now and then I'll change my mind next week or whatever. Can you imagine we get interference and FTR comes? There's a lot that could go here. But if that happens, if that's the plan, then it's not going to be main event. I don't know. Like, it could go either way. That's what I'm saying. Like, it constantly changes, and I can constantly. We did it on our last prediction show, right? How many times did you and me toss?
It'd be interesting to see who gets over, because the Inner Circle have been getting over for a while,
right?
Lately, so it'll be interesting to see. But we'll save that for the prediction show. We'll have a lot to talk about on that. That'll be next week. But as for this week of Dynamite, I'm excited. Next week, some huge matches. We got Rey Fenix and the Orange Cassidy match. The sit-down interview, face-to-face interview between Jake Roberts and Arn Anderson. I'm very excited to see what these two have to say to each other and how they build up their clients. Jon Moxley is going to take his revenge out on 10, and this is going to be 10's first match in AEW. So this is going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with this. Is it going to be like 10 in the ring, the whole ring surrounded by creepers. Like, who knows what's going to go down in this match. And then I believe there's another match that's set for next week, which I didn't get the graphic for. MJF is going to face Marco Stunt.
Right.
Poor Marco. Poor freaking Marco, man.
People are saying in the chat, like, do we get another debut at Double or Nothing? But I know, like, me and Kyle had talked about this. Like, are we going to be spoiled with AEW that every time they have a pay-per-view that we're going to automatically expect a debut? And with this card, we don't need a debut. Like, there are the possibilities of, like I said, eventually we're going to see the match with the Young Bucks versus FTR. It's going to happen, like between the tweets that the Young Bucks had put out, a long time ago. Same
and the
thing
toast this week.
Yeah. And then the fact with BTE going on, like, I just feel like it's going to happen. The question is, when is it going to happen? Like, we're all expecting it to happen. Right. So again, that's why I said that I can see that happening at Double or Nothing, but it doesn't have to happen because it's always going to be a surprise, right? Like, it's always going to be.
You think about it though, we haven't really had a debut since last year's Double or Nothing. At Revolution, there was none. We are at Full Gear. Nothing happened there. I don't remember if anyone debuted at All Out last year. No, Proud and Powerful did they not? Is that when they made their debut?
That's when they made their debut. Yeah.
So we really haven't had anything till All Out. Yeah. But
that was the thing. We got so spoiled that we can't. And their roster is stacked, so it's like you're gonna keep adding, and then there's still people.
I also imagine too, you don't want to debut someone now with barely any crowd. You know what I mean? You want that pop. That pop is significant with a debut. The crowd reaction does so much for someone's debut. So I will be just happy if there was no debut and we just had a solid pay-per-view with solid matches and maybe a little bit of surprise during that Elite and Inner Circle match. What if Hangman decides to, this is it, I'm done with the Elite for good now. He walks out on them or something.
Yeah, or somebody else turns, or all of them turn, or like whatever it is. Like, I'm okay with that. I mean, like I said, this pay-per-view is stacked. If there's no, debut, I'm fine with that because I don't doubt for a minute that this isn't going to be a great pay-per-view.
Right.
This card is stacked. I'm excited. Is it next Saturday yet? Because this needs to happen.
My birthday.
Yes.
Double or Nothing happened on my birthday. Anywho, but being Elite this week was all right. It's funny in the beginning of it with Matt and his kids. That was hilarious. And that's where we got the burnt FTR toast. Was it Peter Avalon?
Yes. Brandon Cutler called Peter Avalon, whatever.
Challenged him to the
kick out challenge.
The kick out challenge. And I'm assuming that was his wife. Sorry, quote unquote neighbor Steve, as she was called. I'm assuming that was his wife, and he was surprised with the referee and the ring announcer, and that was funny. The whole Marco stunt thing was weird with the treasure map, and I'm assuming that was his brother because it sounded just like him, who was recording him from the outside. But when he got to the end of the treasure map, I thought it was going to lead to his tail, like to.
Well, maybe that's what it is next week.
Tail. Hopefully,
maybe that's what we're gonna get like next week. This is what I'm looking forward.
And then we had Private Party had a little bit of
the bear
furtheration with
I can't
third thing going on.
I'm telling you, Bones is gonna freaking debut eventually. It's just gonna happen.
Funny.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely gonna freaking debut one of these days.
And
I feel like.
This week was this week they did tennis, or was that last week?
This was this week.
This week, yeah, they decided to play tennis because they did basketball and all that stuff. Now they play tennis, and I think Matt's part of jumping on the fence and blading was a shot at the whole blading Full Gear situation. I don't know, it was so weird. You could see he was like purposely like doing the blade thing and then the fake blood. I thought that was funny. And then all of a sudden, when he's bleeding, he can start going apeshit on tennis. So
yeah, I
don't know. It's entertaining. I love what they're doing with the Beat Elite series. It's funny. And then how about the ending with our boy Colt Cabana? Yeah. All right. So we had Kenny. He's basically just like ripping on the critics that critiqued him on his street fight. He had people come in and basically like talk like the people on Twitter and giving him shit about the street fight and saying, "Oh, you pulled off a moonsault in the street fight. It's not really street fight, Kenny." And
like, that could be a build too.
And then the only person to agree with Kenny comes in at the end. Cole's like, "I liked your match, Kenny." He's like, "Colt, get out of here!"
Like, when are we getting this match? Like, when is that gonna happen? You've been building this for so long. Like, I don't know. So
I think it eventually happened. They're just so funny watching those two. Like, oh man, you have to make Colt on Beanie Lee is great, and the thing he's doing with Kenny is so funny. Come on, Tiff, get behind the Colt train. Boom, boom, Colt Cabana. No, it's not gonna happen. Well, I tried. Gave my best shot, guys. Gave my best shot. I tried. Anywho. Yeah, solid episode of Dynamite this week. Very pleased with it. Awesome episode of BTE. All that's left to do now, guys, is for you out there to follow us on social media. That's right. You're going to follow the No Holds Barred Network. You're going to like it on Facebook at No Holds Barred Network. You're going to follow it on Twitter at NHB Network, and you're also going to like it on Instagram. Yes, get Insta. Be with the hip people like we are today, and get Instagram and follow at No Holds Barred Network. You're also going to follow the podcast. Yes, we have a Facebook page for the podcast at All Elite Podcast. We have a Twitter account. The most important part of social media for All Elite Podcast is the Twitter account, and that is at All Elite Pod. And again, check us out on Instagram at All Elite Pod as well. And if you want to take us on the go, you can. All you have to do is download one of these fine apps we have here on the screen. iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Overcast, Deezer, whatever podcast app you have, you can find the All Elite Podcast. Just search up the No Holds Barred Network, and you'll get the All Elite Podcast and all the other fine podcasts we have here on the No Holds Barred Network. Also want to give a shout out to Darren of These Wolves. Darren does the theme song for us for all the All Elite podcasts. And that is Dead to Me. Awesome theme song. Thank you again, Darren, for letting us use that theme song. Very much appreciated. Guys, go check out Darren and These Wolves. Give him some love. Follow him on social media. Follow him on Spotify or Google Play Music. Check out These Wolves who do the song Dead to Me, the official theme song of the All Elite podcast. And most importantly, guys, check out Power Slam TV, the wrestling network that provides you with a lot of independent wrestling with awesome companies such as Progress is on there, Evolve, just to name a few. And guys, use the code NOHOLDSFREE, yes, NOHOLDSFREE, to get your free month trial with this awesome network. So go to powerslam.tv. Yeah. That's right. So Tiff.
Oh man.
Tiff. Next week, guys, like I said, next week, no regular episode of All Elite Podcast. It'll be the Double or Nothing prediction show right here in the network. Look out for a fan tweet. We might do a fan tweet for the show, so make sure you are following us at All Elite Pod. You can follow myself at Real Kyle Masters. You can follow Tiff at Loves to Dream 82. Make sure you guys are following that so you guys can keep up to date with All Elite Podcasts and get in on the fan tweet. Who knows? Contest might be around the corner. You never know. So make sure you are following us on social media. Very, very important.
Yes.
Other than that, Tiff, you got any parting words for our fine folk out there?
I still feel attacked that Best Friends versus Private Party. In the buy-in, it should be on the main card.
You're like Dolph Ziggler. It should have been me.
I don't care. Whatever. Like, I'm still gonna fight for my boys. Damn it. So.
Anywho, Rihu. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the All Elite Podcast live right here on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook each and every single week. Thank you for downloading the episode on the go. If you are one of our download episode people, thank you so much. You have no idea what it means to us. And if you are tuning in live here on YouTube, oh my God, Tiff, don't play that. I'm trying to do the outro.
It was an accident. Sorry.
It's okay. That's okay. Anywho, to our people watching live on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook, thank you so much for tuning in live with us for the All Elite Podcast. If you're going back and rewatching, make sure you are hitting that like button and sharing this podcast and subscribing to the No Holds Barred Network on YouTube at youtube.com/No Holds Barred Network. I am your host, as always, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, always joined by my co-host. She is the EVP of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, and the Queen of the Indies herself, Tiffany. Guys, we will see you guys here right back on the All Elite Podcast next week for the AEW Double or Nothing predictions. See you guys next time.
I don't know how the story goes. to me.